After the commercial course, you are ready to look for a job. What can you do? Even with helicopters, there are basically 3 paths that you can take depending on the qualifications you've achieved, but they are a bit different from the world of the fixed wing. The first is that of small aerial work companies. Do not imagine that they'll even think to hire you with less than 200 hours of flight, to hand you a helicopter, to do aerial work in the mountains carrying materials with a hook, or to perform firefighting. You can't expect to run before you've even begun to walk. How does it work? Initially, you will have to understand from below how the operations work, and so for a period of time you will follow the flight assistants in their job. You will have to go around with the fuel and material van, you will start preparing the nets to transport, organize the loads, manage the customers, and then, when you have enough knowledge of what is happening, you will perhaps start to make some transfer flights, some easy flights, and flying in double command on some routes with experienced captains. When the flight operation manager understands that you are serious, reliable, precise, and punctual, he will begin to consider the fact that you can fly a helicopter. From that moment on, every hour of flight you do will be an achievement to reach new goals. In small companies, you as a person are worth much more than your experience as a pilot. Try to make the most of your every opportunity. The shift work in these companies is not scheduled, and you will have to give a lot of availability because the activity is managed according to the requests, the season, the weather conditions, and so on. Do not think that you will have fixed shifts. It is certainly the most difficult way to enter the world of work. However, it is the one where you do not need the instrumental qualification, and therefore there is a nice saving of money regarding your training. You must therefore compensate for these savings with the apprenticeship and commitment. The second way is to join a company that does public passenger transport with multi-crew helicopters. For this, you will definitely need the qualification for twin-engine helicopters, the IR and the MCC course, so that you have the maximum expense. However, you will start to fly immediately as a co-pilot, and you will learn how to manage customers, organize flights, and plan requests. This too is a 360-degree job and very demanding, even economically, due to the expensive qualifications that you must already have acquired. The third entry point refers to the flight schools. At the end of your journey, you can decide to invest the last part of your budget in qualifying as a flight instructor and maybe stop in your academy to play this role. It takes a lot of passion and propensity to teach, but certainly the rewards are enormous when you follow a student from the first steps of his training until he becomes your colleague. One last tip for rotary wing pilots. This sector of the market fluctuates greatly. There are years in which it looks for hundreds of pilots, and years in which not even the captains with thousands of flight hours are able to find employment. We recommend, in addition to looking for a job as a helicopter pilot, to try and approach the aeronautical world in all directions. Joining a company as an assistant or in the office, or even just sweeping the hangar, will give you the opportunity to understand this complex world from the inside. As much as flight schools prepare you properly, you have to be on the spot to understand the particularities, make yourself known, and continue to grow professionally by adding skills to your curriculum for when it will appear on the right desk. The last answer you will undoubtedly want at the end of all these tutorials is, how much does a helicopter pilot earn? Do not trust whoever shoots figures at you at random. There are too many variables to give a single idea. Course costs, base of armament, type of operations, nationality of the company, etc. We don't want to tell you 1,000, 2,000, 10,000. We would be giving you information that's not correct. Remember that our mentoring service may also serve to give you advice of this type. As always, if you have any questions or curiosities, contact us at info@checkbeforeflight.com or refer to the definitions in Wiki Before Flight. Happy landings!